Hello everybody and welcome to Dynamic GT League's No Boost series for race 2 of 9 from the Suzuka circuit. And joining us on commentary as we take a look at the current standings is Ray. Hope you're well this evening, Ray.
Yeah, very well.
Good, good. I've been missing you, you know. I just feel like I've been talking to myself.
Look at the standings we have there from race 1. SGP won the race, so he's leading the championship with 20 points, and then Demon R behind him with 3 points, and then Jason, well, since we've seen Jason that high up in the leaderboard at 15, and then we've got Steve F1 4th with 13 points, SRI with 12, Conrad with 11, Critical 10 points, 7th place, not too bad, Artpal 9, Twilight 8, Rich Blues with 7 points, Nelly on 6, former Gary 5, and Jimmy, who wasn't here last week, Bob and also the Mighty Nash and he, don't know who they are.
No, not seen them before. Okay, so looking sunny here, and the forecast is sunny for the race. It could rain, but it is forecast sunny. Steve F1 is going to start on softs. Pole position for him ahead of SGP, also on the soft compound tyre. And we've got Conrad in 3rd. He's gone for the hards. Demon R in 4th. He's also gone for the hards. What do you think Artpal's going to go for, Ray?
He's on hards in 5th place, and then on 6th place we've got Nelly on softs. 7th, Jimmy. What Jimmy gone? He's on soft. Then we've got Jason on 8th place. He's on softs. And then SRI, he's 9th place on soft. And then 10th place we have, oh shit, Twilight. 10th, I don't see what tyres.
It was hard.
Go on softs, Rich Blues on softs, and Gary on hard. So
yeah, you don't have time to make an error there, do you? Okay, so as the lights come on then, we're at 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they go! And Steve F1's got a brilliant start. SGP having, well, not really looking up the inside. So let's see, Conrad on the hard tyre, covers off Demon R, who's on the hard tyre. Nelly right behind them on the softs. It's going to be interesting to see how the hard tyres light up around here. It's sunny at the moment, but those hard tyres are going to... Oh, we've got a big crash in the background on the pack cap. I think that was Artpal and Critical.
Yeah, Artpal, I think. Yep. As we see Nelly all over the back of Demon R, I'm sure Nelly's on soft tyres, so Nelly able to hold much grip around the knuckles as he takes the place. Nearly squeezed Demon R off the track, but look at that, Demon R's losing so many places now. Jimmy's got through, Jason's getting through, can SRI get through?
Might do. Jimmy runs a little bit wide, so that's Demon R coming back through on that position, or is it? And here comes SRI, right behind Demon R at the moment. Jimmy will have the inside line. Jimmy's on the soft tyre from Riley. I just mentioned it all. Demon R's gone wide, very wide, and that is SRI through. So Conrad and Demon R were the leading hard tyre runners, and in this opening lap, Conrad is held 3rd place, and Demon R's dropped 4 down to 8th.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of positions, but Conrad's managed to somehow light up his tyres because he's in 3rd place. He's got Nelly behind him, as we can see further up the camera there. But
I'm wondering, you know, Ray, whether like Nelly having to get past Demon R and Jimmy and SRI and Jason, I'm wondering if that's what has allowed Conrad to just break away. So Demon R taking the pain for Connor's gain potentially. Steve F1 leading the way at the moment. For anyone that hasn't seen the DGT League before, normally we race with Boost on, but this is a No-Boost Championship as Nelly, Ray, is up the inside of Conrad. This is softs versus hards. Nelly's got to chuck it up the inside, hasn't he?
Yeah, Conrad might just slide in behind him, just follow Nelly through here, and that way he's not losing too much positions like Demon R did through the knuckles here. Because if they two start fighting, Jason's going to be on the back of them, and then Jimmy, Yeah, Jimmy, SRI as well.
Jimmy, yeah. I mean, the thing is, with the soft compound tyre, the time difference to the hard compound tyre, around here, it's about 2 seconds a lap. Excuse me. From what I heard from practice, starting on the hard compound tyre can cost you about 3.5 seconds on that first lap, trying to get them lit up, get the temperature into them. So it'll be interesting to see what Conrad can do now with Jason on the soft tyres behind him. The only thing though, Ray, is the soft tyres, if you push them too hard, they're not going to last very long, are they?
No, they're going to burn up and overheat and start to wear quite considerable.
Absolutely. Okay, so Jason has really closed in on Conrad. I think he'll be looking at making a move down into the R130 and just get better grip and traction through the corner and on the exit. Yeah, he's got a great run here, but is he going to go for it? He is. So he goes. I don't know if there was a little touch there.
Side by side, Conrad's holding it on the curb, which is pretty decent because that curb would spin you sometimes in the hard tyres.
Yeah, and you were right with them battling. SRI really closed that gap up as Jason, so he still hasn't got past, but he's on his way to trying to do so. Jimmy getting in on this as well.
Yeah, Jimmy's trying to go around the outside. Is he going to be able to hold it? Conrad's out a wee bit deep. SRI's trying to sneak up. Look how much SRI can close up in the brakes and the corners as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only that, it's allowed Demon R to actually close in to the back of this little gaggle of cars as well. Obviously, Jason now should be able to pull away from Conrad. SRI is going to need to try and get past as soon as he can, I think. Otherwise, Jason's going to open that gap up. But something for everybody to remember at this stage is the drivers do have to use 2 different compound of tyres. So those that are on the hards now will still need to use the softs, and those that are on the softs now are still going to need to use the hards at some point. Which again means some people are going to be hurting now, but benefiting later. Excuse me, that being Conrad. Demon! As he got a bit sideways. Yeah, Conrad, Demonar, Twilight, formerly Gary. He started on the hards. That's alright, having a look. Into Spoon. Out of Spoon. Oh, someone's flocked it!
Oh, I didn't see, sorry, I was too busy watching SRI on the back of Conrad. Is he going to get the run out here like Jason did?
Might have. Demon R's got a decent run here on Jimmy, actually. Now, something to mention, I was into that a moment ago about the Demon R. Is he going to go up the inside? That could be brave on those hard tyres. Jimmy tries taking it round the outside, goes a bit wide, gets a little bit dirt on the tyres and tucks in sensibly. But yeah, the soft tyres not lasting, probably won't last that long here, really. So, could there become a point where the worn softs are only capable of a similar pace to the hard tyre?
Yeah, we will get to that point where the worn softs aren't as fast as hards and start losing grip. As SRI still stuck behind Conrad, and we know SRI likes to just chuck it in that corner somewhere. Or is he going for it now? Oh, get backed out there.
Well, 4 laps in, I guess those soft tyres on SRI's car are really starting to hurt a little bit now. Oh, Conrad, that's the wrong way! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! Into the gravel he goes. Can he return safely? He's got a little bit of a gap. He can carry on. So down to 8th place. While that was happening, SGP was closing in on the back of Steve F1, and Nelly's still there. But look at the sort of level of tyre wear for Steve F1 here. It's about 50% gone, which is actually really, really good 4 laps into the race. There's the lap time that will start to plummet now on those soft tyres.
It's weird how, like when cars are close together, that they can't just go side by side, even though this track's 10 metres wide. wide at most parts of it.
Alright.
It's weird how the cars, when they get to a point, they can't go side to side, and it's mostly because of the racing line and try to stay off the marbles and the dirt. So even though the track might be 10 metres wide, you can't go side by side all the way around the track. Well, you could, but you'd be so thick.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Rich Blues here on the soft tyres, closing in on the back of Twilight, who's still hard. So apologies, folks, if this does end up being a bit of a tyre talk fest. I will try not just talk tyres, but it would be interesting to see what Rich Blues could do. Let's see his last. I didn't really get to see his lap time then. I think his last one was a 2:06. As we've now got Formula Gary being attacked by Arpan.
Where's he going? Go around the outside. He's thinking about it. Gary's done well to keep. They've done well to keep it on the track, and that pal gets through.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about side by side through the R130, if you're on the outside, it's so easy to just run wide, and if you're on the inside, it's so easy to understeer and run wide into the other car. So Gary's actually gone into the pits. That's a very early stop for a hard compound runner, as SGP seems to have used his tyres considerably more than Steve F1 has. Ooh, and that might be why.
It's SGP trying to push. Maybe get Steve F1 to make a mistake, or is it the dirty air having an effect on the car behind?
It could be. I mean, maybe SGP's trying to push a little more, but yeah. But it probably is a bit of the dirty air, you know, if you're really close. We'll slide around a bit. So Twilight just tagged the back of Rich Blues into the second Degner. So Rich Blues on those soft tyres. We didn't see the move, but he has got ahead of Twilight. Critical is on the soft compound tyre. He's recovering from that first lap incident with Arpan. Twilight gives Rich Blues a nice little nudge. They're all safe and sound, but yeah, it was a little bit maybe Rich slowing down more than Twilight was expecting. There's SGP into the pits.
So was he using that up to get into the pits, stay as close as he could? Oh, SRI's late in the pits.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit over the white line, you know. Nelly into the pits as well, and Jason with SRIs. So yeah, I mean, maybe that's why SGP's tyres were a little bit more punished. Yeah, maybe he was pushing them, knowing he was going to be pitting lap 5. And out the pits he comes. He's going to be ahead of Conrad. Now this could be crucial. He is ahead of Conrad, so SGP is on the soft compound tyre again. Okay, so could it try to sort of work out what's happening there then? So SGP has managed to open up a pit stop ahead of Conrad, and he's now on another set of soft tyres where he could open that gap up again.
But how's that going to benefit him with Steve F1? Steve F1's on the soft tyres, isn't it?
It's on the softs now, yeah. So, well, SGP, critical wide. SGP should be getting an undercut here. So, really, Steve F1, well, you'd have to think, right, he's got to come into the pits this lap, sure. Oh. Oh. I was going, someone's 3-second penalty.
Yeah, it's alright. We did see he was late into the pits, you know. A car that's about 2 metres wide can't get in that's about 8 metres wide.
Wow, you'd think it'd be easy, wouldn't you? Okay, so that's Twilight and SRI side by side. SRI now on the hard tyre. They're going to be cold. Twilight on the hard tyre, he's been running them for 6 laps, so it should be nicely up to temperature. But having said that, Steve F1 is into the pit lane. Yeah, the hard tyres, after about 7 laps around here, the lap times do sort of drop off as SRI serves that penalty. Critical closes up. Critical still on the soft compound tyre, but He hasn't really got anything left on him, has he?
I accidentally pressed the victim and doing something.
Oh, right. Well,
Hopefully
you're still going. Good. Okay, so SGP, well, you were paused in that. SGP has managed to jump ahead of Steve F1, and that is, I mean, it is quite a big undercut he's got there. However, Steve F1 is on the hard compound tyre. So SGP, well, he's got the lead, but he still needs to pit again and run the hards.
He could make a pit stop gap on his softs.
Well, yeah, that's true. He could. I mean, we're on about he really could do well. He's done it in 5 laps over Connor. If he can do it over the next 5 laps on Connor, then he should be in good shape, because Connor is right behind Steve F1. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting now. What really will be interesting is what Steve F1's going to do on his next pit stop. As Demon Art is now leading the race, but on the hard tyres that he started on. And I don't know, I've got to be thinking, Ray, if you're Demon R or Conrad at this moment in time, or perhaps even Twilight and whoever else started on the hards, you've got to be thinking, was it the right decision? Because, at least for Demon R, 7 laps in, he's already a pit stop down.
Could Steve F1 get the hard tyres to the end? Could Demon R go long enough that when he switches to the soft tyres, because SGP's still got to pit?
Yeah, I mean...
For his mandatory pits?
Yeah, SGP has, I mean, could Demon R go long? I suppose it would be one of the options for any of the hard tyre runners as Arpal, who I believe is still on the hards behind Critical, who has just pitted and put hards on. And for Connor here, yeah, looking at the amount of life they've still got in those tyres, they could potentially just keep going until the tyres are pretty much dead. But it's going to be difficult for the drivers to make that decision, especially when they've seen a soft tyre runner. Well, okay, Arpal may not have seen what a soft tyre runner has been able to benefit on, apart from the fact that he's battling with Critical now. Arpal still needs to pit. Yeah, it would be difficult, I think, for any driver to decide to stay on the hards, knowing that the soft tyres seem to be so much faster around him.
I'm thinking because if Demon R...
What? Crinkle spinning! Oh yeah, he's off. Oh, he got a bit too deep there. Sorry to cut you off. He got 2 wheels on the AstroTurf and around she went. Sorry, go on.
Because look, SGP's tyre weather now. It's 25 to 30%, and he's only been on him a couple of laps, 2 or 3 laps.
This is the third one,
Yeah, so he's burning them up, trying to push to get away from Demon R and Steve F1, so he's not making that thing. He's got to pit again, so it's going to be close when the pit stops come.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit of a shame that we don't have the timing gaps between the cars on the screen here, because it would be interesting. I mean, you know, we'll try and work it out. I'm going to count from Steve F1, sorry, SGP. Okay, so there's about 5 seconds between SGP and Steve F1, which isn't anywhere near enough, as Demon R is into the pits at the end of lap 8. That is not going long on the hard tyre.
Yeah, and that's he's going to have to stop again if he goes soft, unless he goes hard again.
Yeah, maybe.
They'll still have to pit again anyway because he's not fulfilled the mandatory tyre.
That is very, very true. Okay, so what we're going to sort of need to keep an eye on here a little bit is people's lap time. So Nelly, he's on the hard compound tyre, and actually looking at it, since he's switched to the hard, he's struggled a little bit on those. Jason's not doing too bad. Demon R is on the soft compound tyre. He is not getting to the end of this race on those. However, he has managed to jump ahead of SRI. but then SRI had his penalty, didn't he? Jimmy now on the hard compound tyre, so he's satisfied the rules. Artpal's still going on his hards, and Critical recently popped his on and had that spin and spoon. Now something we haven't really mentioned is we saw that on the pack cam, on that first lap, a bit of contact between Critical and Artpal. It ended with Artpal facing the direction from the garage tyres will be needed to be changed soon. With us not having the boost on this championship, situations like that are going to be so much more painful for all drivers involved, isn't it?
Yeah, because especially if you've taken a driver out, the rule is to wait for them in a safe place and let them pass again, so you're going to run your own race. The only time where it's not painful for all is if a driver makes a mistake and just doesn't have like the pace to get back in, because you're going to have to go that extra faster to catch the guys in front if they're going to kind of same pace as you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Conrad peels into the pits. So he's gone 1 lap longer than Demon R, so to the end of lap 9. Steve F1's 2 lap times so far on the hard tyre have been 2:04s. SRIs have been 2:05s. Not sure what lap times SGP has been doing, but I'm going to guess he's probably going to come in at the end of lap 10, isn't he? He did 5 laps, so he's pushing. So he's not looking after those tyres. Conrad and SRI battle on the pit exit. Or maybe not.
SRI's got the moment tyres and whatnot, so he knows how to get return one, and Conrad's tyres coming out, but tyres is Conrad on. That's it. The question is around for hards or to went for soft. It's going to be it's a rerun of the start if Conrad's on the softs, because SRI was on the softs to start. It's a switcheroo.
Yeah, he's on the softs, looking at how much grip he's got there. But also, if he was to put the hards on again, he'd be looking to do like 2 laps at the end on softs. Up the inside, nice little switch back. SRI is fighting, but this is where you can see SRI's got the grip in those hard tyres, but Conrad, the temperature in those tyres, but Conrad got the grip on the exit there. Up into the hairpin they go. Further ahead, it looks like Demon R is closing up on Jason.
Yeah,
he is. Okay, so let's see. So this will be Demon R's first sort of full lap on the soft compound tyre, closing up on Jason, who's on hards, and Nelly, who's on. Okay, so looking at this now, then maybe it isn't as bad for Demon R and Conrad as I first thought, but they've got to get moved on, and this is something we haven't really seen in the DGT before. Situations like this, 2 cars on 2 different compounds being able to make moves like that through the R130 because of the benefit of a grippier tyre, as SGP is into the pits.
What tyre does SGP have to run?
He still needs the hards. Yeah.
So, hard's last 10 laps, we'll soon find out. Connor's only lasted 8 apparently.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Not a bad last 10, really, and the 8th lap.
Demon R went in at the end of the 8th lap. Conrad went in at the end of the 9th lap. I don't necessarily think it was a case of they only lasted until. I'm wondering if it's more just a strategic, and the tyres could go longer, because let's see, I think Artpal is still out there going on his hard compound tyres. Oh, Demon R nearly having a look at the inside of Nelly there as they made their way around to the Degners. Yeah, see, I think the hard tyres are lasting quite nicely. So, I mean, you mentioned good Steve F1. Nelly goes a bit wide. Demon R's got the move done, has he? Yes, just, and covers it off, does he? No, just goes for, I've got better tyres, I'll break it later on the pack cam. Twilight and Artpal, and they haven't pitted, they're both running the hard compound tyre, and they are nose to tail. But it definitely looks like we've got different strategies going off here, that's
Yeah, it's hard to keep up. Look, that's Conrad. He's had a spin at the first. SGP off. He's managed to keep a hold of it, but it'll be slow coming out his spin. Is Conrad going to get him?
He is. Don't forget as well, Connor's on the softs and the SGP on the hards. I mean, SGP he's on the outlap of the hards, so I don't think he'll fight this through 130. No, I think he knows he hasn't got the grip. So you were mentioning about Conrad on a little bit earlier on.
Yeah, he had his spin earlier on, and he's worked his way back. He's up to 5th place. He's used the 2 compound. We do know he's going to have to pit again because he's on the softs and they're not going to last 10 laps or whatever they needed for them to last. I think it would be a miracle if they did that.
Absolutely. Oh, Jason, big tank slapper. That's going to help Conrad out massively. Jason is on the hard compound tyre, so now Conrad's there and Jason's sort of off the racing line. He's out of shape. Connor's going to have a great run here. Down towards the Degners. He may be able to get up the inside here on the exit of Dunlop. Yeah.
I think he's trying to switch back after switch. He's done the same kind of thing as he's going
to go for another switch back here, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, no, he's going to go for another one here. Oh, no.
He backed out. I think there was a little bit of contact. He's just backed out. He's back on it. He's fair enough. He's back on it, and he should have the grip to go around the outside compared with Jason.
He's gone too deep. It's not going to help him right now.
It'll help him at the end.
Yes.
He went back deep and was just able to straighten up and floor it where Jason's still got the tyre, the steering wheel turned, and he can't get full power on. So I reckon coming out of spin.
Yeah, he should be able to get him down here on the pack cam as well. That's Twilight and Artpal still battling away, nose to tail. Conrad's got the run. He's going to pull out. This is how you do it, Ray. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, there he is. I thought he wasn't going to go for it. And then up the inside, Jason sees it in there. Lovely bit of driving from the pair of them. You know, that's kind of understanding what tyres each other is on at that point. Conrad left him the space, Jason left him the space, but Jason also knew he didn't have the grip to properly fight it around the outside, and we've seen that throughout this race so far. Okay, Steve F1 on his hard compound tyres, lap times were around the 204s. Demon R softs are looking a bit dead. Let's see, he's done a couple of 203s. That's actually not particularly good lap times on the soft tyre. Nelly on the hards is down into the 204s now. That's better, but here comes Conrad. That was 201.
1.3.
Yeah.
I've not seen a 1.3 yet.
No.
Not even the SGP. 204s for SRI. 256 for Twilight and Artpal.
Yeah, Twilight is...
They go 2 minutes plus 10.
Well, Twilight's on the soft compound tyre now, I believe. So maybe maybe he had already picked. Conrad making the move on Nelly. Oh, Jason making the move on the bridge. That's SGP through. Conrad gets through. Nelly, and you know, I think the guys that are on the hard tyres now, they're not going to be enjoying this because there isn't anything they can do against the soft tyre runners. So here's Twilight. He's on the soft compound tyres, so he pitted a lap or so ago. That's why he's all over the back of Artpal. Surprised he hasn't got past Artpal, but maybe he's just trying to not hurt the tyres as Artpal goes deep, and there you go. There's Twilight making the move, but bear in mind, Artpal has not pitted yet. He's still on the hard compound tyres, Ray, which if he does another lap on them, that would be 14 laps on the hard tyre, and this man, Steve F1, put his hards on with 14 laps to go.
Yeah, he's quite a bit ahead.
Yeah.
So, the thing is, Steve F1 can look at the timing screen, although we don't have it, like you say, and go, right, if Demon R's catching me X amount of rate, I might have to pit. and if Conrad's pit, it's not pit, sorry, catch me at X amount of rate, I might have to pit, but if not, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, one of the advantages of that is that Dean Nars got another pit stop to do, so I think the gap at the moment is around about 9-ish seconds as Steve F1 to Demon R, but with Demon R having another pit stop to do, that's going to lose him another 18, 19 seconds. Same for Conrad. So, yeah, I mean, Steve F1 won't know what tyres the guys are on behind him, but he'll have perhaps have a bit of an idea. Looking at his lap times, though, consistent 204s, there was a 205 in there. So the lap times are pretty good, and he's got plenty of tyres left. Whereas Demon R, yeah, his tyres are pretty much Scooby-Doo's, mate. Okay, and Conrad's tyres weren't looking too great, but I think he'll still be able to go a lap longer. SRI's hards, looking a bit more worn than Steve F1's, but he pitted. Did he pit earlier?
I think it was a lap.
But I mentioned about the hard tyre runners at the moment perhaps not enjoying it as much. With Nelly, he has switched back to the soft compound tyre, and it looks like Nelly's done sort of a 5 or 6 lap stint. I think it's a 6 lap stint. Nelly pitted at the same time as SRI because it was just ahead of him.
6 lap stint.
6 lap stint, and yeah, so he's got a 6 lap stint to go. So Demon R headed into the pits, and he's given himself a 6 lap stint here at the end. What's Conrad going to do? He's going to carry on.
He's done a 203. Yeah, 203 is last lap. 203. That's last done SGP. Jeez, SGP done a 205. So he's nearly 2 seconds faster.
Yeah, well, SGP's on hard compound tyre, isn't he? So.
Conrad's tyres are what?
True.
Much rarer.
Well, that's true.
What's he doing?
Well, so bloody good question. What he's doing is driving fast and looking after his tyres. Jason.
I think we need a video of Conrad racing the car on race night. Where's it? We know he's fast. Where's his consistency fast came from?
Yeah, I bet he just put that spin in on lap 4 just to make us believe it was him.
Yeah, I think it's the wife that's driving.
Yeah, could be. Okay, Art Powell is on the soft compound tyres now. Twilight has pitted again. I would guess that'll be so. Twilight did a shorter hard tyre stint. He's got another set of softs on, but he's now right behind Art Powell, who's also got a set of softs on. Jason and SRI on softs got a little bit wobbly there, or is he slowing down?
Must have happened. He's like Jimmy by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of ground on Jason there, so something clearly must have had. He's up to speed now, so yeah, I'm guessing something happened with Jimmy. Excuse me. So on they go. Okay, we've got another car in the pits at the moment. Not exactly sure who that is. As let's see, the Pat Cam is riding on board. SRI making a move from the alongside Jimmy. The Pat Cam riding on board with Conrad, who is now into the pits. So this will be interesting to see where Demon R and Conrad are in reference to SGP for Steve F1. The gap he sees now is between himself and SGP, and SGP is not on a faster tyre than Steve F1. And SGP's done one more pit stop up to now.
Is he not on the softs, SGP?
No, he did 2 softs.
Yeah, he's had to go the hard, so yeah. Let's see, Steve F1 he's got. I think he's overtook Rip's Boys. I'm sure I've seen Rip's Boys livery in the background, yeah. I think, you know what, that might be who was in the pits. I think Rich Blues has come out of the pits behind Steve F1. So yeah, SGP on the hard compound tyre, and he's doing 204s, which is the same lap time that Steve F1 is doing, but looking at the gap, Steve F1 has already exited the hairpin, and SGP is just coming through the second Degner now, so
Steve F1 has got a rather large gap to SGP, so I suppose really, if he paces himself now, he can make his tyres last quite comfortably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can just look at that time score goes, he catching me? Yeah, how much is it catching me? Okay, do I need to push up a wee bit, or can I just let catch me, just let him leave for the catch me at this rate?
Yeah.
We should at the end of the race, as we see Pal, Critical and Twilight kind of coming close as a battle coming towards the end of the laps here.
Yeah,
Now you asked me a question on
downforce.
Downforce, yeah. All I got was front downforce 450 units. Whatever fucking units that is, I don't know. On the rears it's 700 units, so I don't know how, if they get. I'm trying to use GT some specs and look through the fan Wikipedias and all that as well. That's default, set at default, which I think these would be if you've got European.
Yeah, they would be, interesting.
So Apple will be losing some of that 450 units front downforce being behind Critical.
He will.
And Twilight will be losing some because of Artpal from
But both Artpal and Twilight have got the soft compound tyre, whereas Critical is on the hard compound tyre. So yes, they'll lose a bit of downforce, but they've got an extra little bit of grip in those tyres. Because on the pack cam now, that's SRI closed in, back in towards Jason. Okay, Artpal he's got to have a run here on Critical. Critical maybe getting a little bit of Artpal's bump drafted him.
He's waiting for the first corner, isn't he? Is he going to go round the outside? That's dangerous if somebody's up racing hard.
It is, but you see, the interesting thing here is, yeah, I wouldn't bump. Oh, Critical got wobbly. I wouldn't bump draft anybody in this sort of conditions of racing. Not unless it was down a really long straight as SRI, having a look around the outside to perhaps try the inside of the exit of the hairpin, gets a much better run. That's SRI on the soft compound tyres. I'm guessing Jason, is he on the hards? He's got to be looking at the benefit that SRI's got here behind Artpal. Critical. Oh, Twilight's off! Oh dear, Jason battling back on SRI.
Around outside, SRI's trying, he's trying. I am a sec behind or something, so just
no problem. Well, it's alright.
They're still side by side for me. Getting up to the 130.
Yeah,
that's alright.
Yeah, Jason sort of took back in. I'm pretty sure Jason's on the hard compound tyre. Now SRI's softs have got about a third of wear gone. But there's only going to be 3 more laps to complete in this race. What I'm interested to see, Ray, is what progress, if any, have Demon R and Conrad made over SGP, because let's not forget, SGP was able to open up a pit stop gap over Demon R and Conrad.
Oh, if you look at the pack cam.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I can see Demon R, I can't see SGP. But what?
See him.
Yeah. Well, you might have a bigger monitor than me. But yeah, what I was going to say was SGP was able to open up a pit stop gap in 5 laps. So potentially, Conrad and Demon R could close up a pit stop gap in 5 laps. And it looks like, yeah, Demon R is on course for doing that with SGP. SGP's lap times have been good. Demon R's last 2 have been 2:02s. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Connor's done, a 2:01.2.
Yeah, he's on it, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That spin and that driver swap is sorted that out.
It has, hasn't it? Okay, so Demon R got a bit of a run here on SGP, but not really close. Steve F1, I believe, is going into the final chicane now. So yeah, he's still got a rather large lead with what will only be 2 laps to go, and it definitely does look like he is going for the one stop here, which from what I was hearing from people having done practice, I don't think a one stop was really under consideration, given the drop off of lap times on the hard compound tyre. But I think you're right with what you said. A gap appeared behind Steve F1 and he's realised, oh, I can just drive a bit slower and they won't catch me. Well, they'll catch up a little bit, but not enough to get me.
Yeah. Save his tyres. He doesn't have to push. He's got really nothing pushing him. He could do a couple of slow laps and then go, right, we've got 2 seconds on me, right? I've cooled down the tyres, let's heat them up a wee bit more again. And just keep going through the phases of cooling the tyres down and then just give them that extra heat and cool them back down.
I mean, for any of the drivers that aren't aware, or any of the spectators, with GT7 you can use a dashboard app where you can see your tyre temperatures and other things like your fuel consumption and how much fuel you've got left and different things like that, how much fuel you're using per lap and stuff like that. And it is a very helpful tool, especially in races like this where, as you were just saying with Steve F1, if he sees that his hard tyres are starting to get above 86 degrees, that's when the grip starts to dissipate. He knows he can just lift and coast through a few of the corners, bring that temperature down. Or Demon R's got a great run through Spoon, not able to make the move yet. That was Twilight on the pack, I've still got a critical. But yeah, he's able to gauge those tyres. Demon R looking for it, up the inside, exit a Spoon. Side by side they go. I think this will be a move done. But Demon R may be in that situation, Ray, of he's that far into his stint on the softs, he may not have the lap time.
Yeah, Louise went light, so's SGP went as well. Yeah, I was going to say, I think SGP's wee moment, Conrad taking a lot of car bumps, probably. From the looks of it, I'm not saying he did, but from the camera angle, yeah, it's SGP and Spoon, he had a twitch and it looked like Demon R wasn't too sure what to do, and he kind of just slowed down that wee bit extra to allow SGP's car to settle.
Maybe. Just having a look at the pack cam, Twilight, right up the rear end of Critical. They're coming to the end of the penultimate lap. The leaders are now on the final lap, and Conrad, after his 2:01, he did a 2:01.9 and then a 2:02.4. They are great lap times, but let's not forget he's got a 1 lap shorter stint to do than Demon R, and he is closing in on SGP. It'd be interesting, can he do anything about SGP? He's pushing. But you know what, I think he's got enough of a gap back to Nelly though that he can afford to take a little bit of a risk as long as it doesn't end up like absolute carnage. And interestingly, Steve F1's there. The gap to Steve F1 has actually come down massively.
The Demon R fighting the SGP with the custom at that time, and now we've got Conrad fighting with SGP. He's trying to switch around. Yep, he's making SGP more defensive. Is he going to go right round the outside?
He's going to try.
Yep. He's going to try.
SGP. What a move! God, we're going to say SGP.
Yeah, I was just saying SGP just had to make sure he didn't light up the rear tyres and slide towards Conrad. Can Conrad get Demon R?
I'm not sure. It might be close. Steve F1 though is coming through the final corners already. He is going to carry on. So he's dropped. Lap times did drop, but enough to keep the win. Demon R has closed the gap. Conrad's closing the gap as well. Demon R second place. Conrad third. SGP fourth. Nelly coming into the final chicane in 5th place with SRI. Yeah. So, I mean, you know what? It's interesting that because his lap time. What's his lap time this time? Oh, I didn't get to see, but his previous was a 2:05. And Steve F1's cruise lap on the hard tyres was 2:07. But Jason, he's going to cross the line 7th place. And then we've got Jimmy He did go back to the soft compound, so he went soft, hard, soft into the R130. He goes. We've still got Twilight and Critical battling it out on the pack cam at the moment. As Jimmy goes through that final chicane, I think he should be quite pleased. He's literally got back from holiday on race day, jumped in, and he's going to finish in 8th place with Art Pal not too far away in 9th. Twilight not able to do anything about it. Well, did it? Oh dear. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, Twilight, Critical, sorry, 10th place. Twilight 11th. Formula Gary. He's still got quite a bit of the lap to do, but it's a secure 12th place unless he gets disconnected, because Rich Blues did unfortunately have a crash in the final chicane a lap or so ago, so did end up a lap down. Excuse me. And yeah, so Rich Blues has already finished the race. Okay, so as Gary heads down to the R130, Ray, what do you make of this race?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm quite surprised how close the battles and the different packs were, especially at this track. Like, you've got the Knuckles, the Degnas for one. There, with this car, they can float about.
Gary across the yes.
Gary was, and then late braking and hairpin with quite a few people would do, and then the R130 and hard tyres. That wasn't easy to try and keep up the speed and get round the corner of the R130 without going further out the way. You send me a. Why'd you send me things mid bloody? You put it in the wrong chat again.
Oh, I have that.
Mid-sentence, and then my brain goes,
oh, you, hey, right,
I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was fantastic. Didn't see much contact, to be honest. Drivers, when there was, we've seen drivers giving it back. I think the only one we've seen was SRI.
Well, yeah. Well, and Critical at the start with Art Pal, yeah. I mean, I think kind of what you were sort of saying there was, I mean, we've raced around SUZUKA enough that we've seen collisions and crashes and attempted overtakes that haven't particularly gone well, like at the hairpin, as you said, or in the Knuckles. And I wouldn't say today's overtaking attempts were more sedate. I think there was more understanding of, okay, someone who's perhaps on the soft tyre behind someone on the hard tyre, the person on the softs understanding that, okay, that person in front may not have the grip that they want in a corner, so if I try going for a move in the Knuckles, they may not have the grip to allow it to happen. And so picking and choosing the right places to make the move, like Conrad looking at switchbacks rather than trying to make moves into corners, or the amount of overtakes we saw, as you said, at the R130. Really good, really brilliant racing. I'm surprised Steve F1 with the one stop. I genuinely didn't think a one stop would be doable, but I mean, there was always the risk as well of potential rain at this track, but no rain came. Now, one thing I will say is, in the previous championship where we had a potential a track with the potential of rain, we have had the weather radar. We are going to have that again this championship, and it was supposed to be available to us today. However, there was a technical issue, so yeah, it wasn't because it was dry. It's just I didn't have time to put it on.
Oh, all right, the rain radar. Sorry.
Yeah, the rain radar. Yeah, not the not like a track radar. The car radar.
Technical issue by the ball bag set up.
Sure.
It took 3 attempts to set up the
well, yeah, no comment on that because I don't do them. But yeah, so I do think it's been an interesting race, and it's clear that racing without boost, it is a very different style of racing to what we normally do in the Dynamic GT League. Now, for most people, how we do it in the Dynamic GT League is odd to everybody else. Like, everybody else is racing without boost. There's reasons why we had boost. We've talked about them before. So for us doing no boost races, it is very, very different. And a race like today, there was phases where everybody gets a little bit spread out. But having the benefit of two different compounds that you have to use does give a little bit of possibility of, okay, someone might drop back a bit at the start, but they may be able to come back into things a little bit later. So I think if we just had one compound of tyre, then things would just get spread and spread and spread and spread. Whereas the way we've got it, it can spread and come back and so on. I don't know about your thoughts on that.
On a one compound tyre, I don't know if it'll get spread and spread, because people will quickly catch on to, alright, when do we need to pit? If it's just the tyres, it's nothing to do with fuel or whatnot, people catch on, right, when we need to pit. Or they would just follow the person in front going to pit, or try and think a way of undercutting. So I don't think it would only get spread with the, like, if Conrad was to do 201s all the way through the race, if there was no tyre wear.
We see that's what it'd be, to a degree. I mean, if we're all on the same compound, then the finishing positions of qualifying, you may have some anomalies, but could potentially be the finishing position of the race, because there is always the chance that the fastest drives off, second drives off from third drives off from, only by a few tenths a lap, but
yeah. It depends on the practice, and plus some people are better in the race than they are qualifying. I know it sounds stupid, but I'm sure you get qualifying, but in the race I feel like I get better as time goes on. Is it too late? By the time I get better, I don't know.
Well, I think you do alright until you try entering the pits.
Yeah.
Okay, so I tell you what, Steve F1 has won the race here, and congratulations to him. But we will quickly look at the confirmed race result. There hasn't been any reports placed, which is always a good thing. Now, I mean, we've said that. Well, I don't know. Have you checked? I mean, I've said it before that it could be a good thing. There's been no reports, but we've had races in the past where we've seen contacts happen and reports haven't been placed. We haven't seen anything here that really would make you go, oh, there could be some reports coming in on these ones. So yeah. So as SRI, I'm waffling here to give SRI a chance to check if there has been any reports that the admins haven't dealt with.
No reports.
Okay, there we go. Okay, then we will take a look at the confirmed race result then. Okay, Steve F1 with that victory, maximum 20 points. Demon R, believe it or not, at the end of the first lap was in 8th, finishes in 2nd place. Conrad, without his spin, I think Steve F1 could have been at risk, because the gap between Demon R and Steve F1 at the end was only about 6 or 7 seconds. And I bet Conrad lost about 6 or 7 seconds in that spin. But still, a brilliant comeback. 3rd place, 15 points. SGP maybe kicking himself a little bit there. Went for the aggressive 2 soft stints very early on. Didn't quite work for the hard tyre for him though. 4th place, 13 points. Nelly liked the softs by the looks of it. Didn't get on with the hards too much. 5th place, 12 points for him. SRI testing all the limits of the circuit. 6th place and 11 points. Jason, I think Jason struggled a little bit on the hard compound tyre, but, well, struggle's perhaps the wrong word. The hard compound tyre is around 2 seconds a lap slower.
Unfavourable.
Well, yeah, it's unfavourable. If you're on the hards, someone else is on the softs, chances are you're going to get past. And I think that's what was happening with Nelly and Jason, sort of mid and towards the end of the race. Jimmy did soft, hard, soft, so 8th place for him with 9 points. Art Pal with being clipped around at the first corners, done well to recover to 9th place. He did 14 laps. So he basically did what Steve F1 did, but the opposite way round. So managed to get 8 points for his troubles. Critical, I think he matched Steve F1 actually for his strategy. I think he did 14 laps on the hards at the end, so 10 place and 7 points for him. Twilight started on the hards, didn't particularly like them. I think he pitted for the softs around about lap 9 or 10 and did 2 soft stints, and towards the end just couldn't quite get past Critical in those last couple of laps. 6 points for Twilight. Formula Gary started on the hards, but I think he only did about 3 laps on the hard compound tyre. And I would guess he did softs for the remainder of the race. Didn't really get a chance to review that too much, but 12th place, 5 points for him. Now, Rich Blues, as I mentioned, did end up a lap down. So when Steve F1 crossed the line, Rich Blues was not far behind him and also crossed the line a lap down. So he is classified as 13th with 4 points. Anything you want to add there, Ray, before we take a quick look at the current championship standings?
Yeah, I think it was a great race. Shame the rain didn't come.
Oh, I'm surprised to learn this, and I think I was surprised to see and hear that Adele enjoys killing people in her songs.
Does she?
Yeah. She goes, set fire to Lorraine.
Alright, well, you've got that condition, what's his name has? His name's went out. I think he's for Bolton. Comedian.
Oh, yeah. Peter K.
Peter K, aye. It's set fire to the rain.
Yeah, I know.
Rain.
I know it is.
You know, the fucking rain,
I know
wet stuff.
Yeah. Spitting! It's spitting! Okay, let's take a look then at the confirmed driver standings. Now, the image that me and Ray are looking at is different to normal, but don't panic, folks. You'll be seeing the normal one. Well, I think you'll find this quite interesting, Ray. So, Demon R, with 2 second-place finishers, is now leading the championship on 34 points. SGP was leading the championship, but he's now in 2nd place. Tied with Steve F1, because Steve F1 finished 3rd in the first race, I think, and finished 1st in this one. No, 4th, sorry, Steve F1 finished in the first race. And SGP won, and then this one, Steve F1 wins, SGP finishes 4th, so they're tied on 33 points. So right now, we have a 3-way battle for the top of the standings, and there's 1 point between them. Then we've got Connor in 4th place on 26 points. Only 1 behind him is Jason in 5th place, and only 2 behind him is SRI in 6th place. So we've got another 3-car battle, battling it out for that 4th place. However, if that front 3 keep swapping places, that next 3 are going to be closing in on them. Then we've got Nelly in 7th place on 18 points, and right behind him is Critical and Art Pal tied in 8th place on 17 points. So we've got another 3-car battle very close together. And to be fair, Twilight in 10th place on 14 points isn't far away, and he's 3 ahead of Rich, and Rich is only 1 ahead of Gary, and Gary's only 1 ahead of Jimmy. So although we're only 2 races into the championship, it's an ever so tight standings already.
Oh, is every 3rd one of them a lady? Once, twice, 3 times.
Oh my God. No, it's they, them.
So,
We won't get onto that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this championship continues on. I mean, one thing as well, as we mentioned, we are going to be at tracks where there is going to be a chance of rain, and if that happens, anything could happen in a race. Someone gets a tyre choice wrong, they could go from the lead to last. Someone gets the tyre choice right, they could go from last to first. Anything could happen in those situations. However, we can confirm the next race is not going to be a wet one in any way, shape or form. As Ray starts to wonder, bugger, where are we racing at again? The next race is, Ray?
it's 2.4 miles long, and the track is 8.3 meters wide, but at some corners you're not going to even think that. And we're going to the UK, and it's going to be at Brands Hatch GP circuit.
Bloody hell, you're making a proper commentator now, you are. You're putting me to shame. Keep it up, I like it. It's better than all those analytics where you just went, yes.
That's when my brain switches on.
To be fair, it happens to me as well. But yeah, so Brands Hatch. There is something I do want to kind of mention about Brands Hatch is, as admins of DGT League, Brands Hatch is one of those love-hate circuits. We are aware that some people hate that circuit, and we are aware that we don't often pick it for championships, because if you have an off at Brands Hatch, it ends up being a big one. You can end up being a long way off the track, and it can be very, very punishing. So I would say to all the drivers is, don't be too hard on yourself. You're better off taking it a little bit easier and stay in play than trying to go faster and end up way off the track. But it is going to be interesting to see how things go there. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, Ray, because I've said, as admins, we've discussed it before. Of like, see, when we've got a boost, we're like, well, if people have an off, it's not a problem because they can catch back up. That's not going to be the case.
Yeah, and then sometimes if you've got boosts, you're adding to that problem. So
true, yeah, just putting more cars next to each other.
I'm sure we have raced it before with boost on, so it'd be nice to see how it plans out without the boost, and if it's not to be, it's not to be, or whatever. We're kind of watching this season as well and seeing how things go as admins, because it's dynamic, so it's dynamic league, so we're just watching it, see who's what working, what doesn't work and whatnot, and yeah, I don't know how long we've been racing on this game.
Well, interestingly, I got a notification today that 7 years ago today, the DGT League YouTube channel was created.
But we were on GT Sport for most of that.
Did I say GT7? No, yeah, our YouTube channel, sorry, has been going for 7 years.
We were on GT Sport.
Yeah, before GT7. So we weren't doing any league racing on GT Sport before we started the YouTube channel. So every league season has been on the YouTube channel. So yeah, it's been 7 years. It's how long we've been racing with Boost on.
Yeah. So yeah, but we'll see. Like last season, we've seen a progress from the ones that kind of mid to back of the pack, and they all got switched around. And we've seen a progress. Like Artpal was gone. Artpal, we done bloody C.
Yeah.
So Jimmy. We've seen the difference. We're trying it with all the same car now. Yeah. See how that goes. We switch things up. We come up with an idea, or sometimes crazy, and go, why the fuck would we try that? Well, Let's have a couple of beers, right? We'll try it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Don't knock it till you try it. But yeah, absolutely. Right, okay. I think it's about time we wrap this one up. So yeah, thank you, Ray, for joining us on commentary. Didn't hear what you said then.
Said something I never did.
Oh right, bloody hell! No, absolutely.
Thank you all.
Mm.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, smash that notifications bell, and we'll see you soon for Brands Hatch. Have a good one, everybody.
Alright.